Hi class. So, a lot of you have been asking me about the final notes, how to do them, and what am I talking about. So, at the end of your semester, in your GitHub repository, you're gonna have a folder like this that says notes, and it has all your notes from every lecture. So, if in the semester we cover 8 lectures, let's say, you're gonna have 8 files, all labeled notes 1 to notes 8, or however you call them. Um, at the beginning of the semester, I suggest them that you name them in such a way that it will be easy to find and that it will be easy to work with them. This is a naming convention that I suggest. Notes 1 for lecture 1 all the way to lecture 8. Once you have completed all your notes, as you can see, all markdown files, you will need to make a compilation of these notes into a single file called your final notes. Now, this is pretty easy to do because you have completed all your notes already, because this is the end of the semester. What you're gonna do is you're gonna open in VS Code. We're gonna open a terminal. Terminal opens in our GitHub repository, and we're gonna do is a simple cat command. All the files are inside the folder notes, and they're called notes 128.md. This is gonna, display the content of each and every one of the files in an order from 1 to 8. But what we're gonna do is that we're gonna save the output to a file called final notes.md. That's gonna generate a file called final notes. There you go, final notes. These are all your notes from notes 1 to note 8. So here we're gonna do a couple of adjustments. First, we're gonna add a new title on top, and you don't need to worry about reformatting title ones. That's fine. Final notes. Right? Let's save that, and then we're gonna generate the table of content. Now, for that, we're gonna right-click over here, and we're gonna click on Insert and Update table of content. If you don't have this, you need to install the Markdown extension. But since you did Lab 0, you're supposed to have this extension installed in your VS Code. So we're gonna insert this, and the problem here, and let me make this smaller, is that this is pretty ugly, very, very ugly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut that from there, and we're gonna create a new file here, right here. So we're gonna call this touch toc.md. We're gonna open toc.md, and we're gonna paste the table of content over there. Now, what we need to do, I'm gonna get rid of this over here in the end, and I'm gonna get rid of this over here as well because we don't need it. What we're gonna do is, don't forget to save that file. Let's save this file as well. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna run a set command that is going to format this in a beautiful way. However, the set syntax can be confusing for people that are starting up in Linux. And set is a very it's a command that looks very messy, but is very, very powerful. So my suggestion to you is that you add an alias to your bash aliases like this, right? So let's do cat bash underscore aliases. So this alias over here, and I'm gonna put this in the video description, and I'm gonna put it also in Slack, and I'm also gonna put it in, anywhere I can. So what you're gonna do is that you're gonna open this file, right? And for sake of simplicity, I'm gonna open that file in a graphical editor. You're supposed to have geany installed in your system, geany bash underscore aliases. That file is located in your home directory. And all you have to do is add that line to that file. That's it. Similar to how you did in when we were talking about bash aliases in the lecture. So once you add that line, you save the file, you close your editor, and you run the following command: source that bash aliases. That's it. You can close this over here, and let's run the same command over here in our GitHub terminal because we had this terminal open prior. Period home bash underscore aliases. Again, this file is located, sorry, let me see if I can screen, there you go, I can increase it, put it over here. Don't forget that this file is located in your home directory, so absolute path bash on the source bash underscore aliases, and we're good to go. How are you going to use the command? It's simple. Since we created an alias, all we have to do is call rpauto. That's the name of the alias that I gave. And then we're going to provide the file name. The file name is toc.md. toc.md. Notice how we formatted beautifully over there. That's how we want a table of content to look like. However, why don't we save this into a new file called toc1.md. The file was generated over here on the side, and we can just copy all of this and paste it right over here. We can get rid of this because we don't need that. Save our file. Let's put just one single space over there. Don't forget about this over here. That's fine. We can close that. We can close that. And if you do a preview right now of Markdown, you're gonna notice that you have your table of content over here and all your nodes right there. See? Great for the 5-minute work. I'm gonna close this. Make sure you save all your files, and I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup. Now notice that these files are outside the nodes folder. We don't want that, so we want to remove the TOC files, TOC1 and the TOC.md, because we don't need them anymore. And we're gonna move final nodes to our nodes folder. Once we've done that, we can close this, we don't need it. We're gonna do a git add period, git commit -m finish nodes, and git push. Now we're gonna open our repository, which I have it open over here. And if we go inside nodes, notice that now you have a file here called final nodes. What are you? Right here, final nodes.md. And this is your final nodes, done. You can give me this URL and you're good to go. That's it. Don't forget that we also need to generate a PDF file. So we can go over here and do convert to PDF, export to PDF. Okay. And here is our final notes document. And if you click on any of this, it takes you exactly to where it's supposed to take you. Obviously, I took random files from my computer to generate this video. In your case, it's gonna be the actual notes that you took. So why don't we do another commit? Just do another push real quick. And here is my file here as well. I hope this video helped you. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me via Slack. Don't forget the final due date for the class. That's about it. Take care.